Today, we're reacting to the viral Chicago school attack video, the one where a mom and her kids got jumped walking home, and the community is demanding answers. Let's talk about what really happened. I don't think I've seen this. 2 hours? I feel like 2 minutes isn't enough.
The community is outraged after an attack on a mother and her 2 young children. You can see in this video here where it happened in the South Deering neighborhood. And we are blurring the video because the people involved are all minors.
Disturbing video, all caught on camera. Children dragging a mother and her son to the ground. Police say the 33-year-old mother and her 9-year-old son were walking near 106 and Bensley in the South Deering neighborhood when the group of kids started chasing after them.
There's a lot to unpack on this one. First things first, where's the father? Because I'm gonna keep it a bean. Y'all beating on my child and my wife, I'm going to jail. Y'all gonna see me on one of these videos of y'all beating on my child and my wife. That's the first thing. While Philly man beats up 10-year-old. Second question is, I don't know how you're supposed to attack this. If you're a mother picking your child up from school and multiple children start trying to attack you, I have to defend myself, right? You said the father was there after the incident? Oh yeah, I'm telling you, there would have been a EWU or a Midwest Valley about Tony.
Police say the 33-year-old mother and her 9-year-old son were walking near 106 and Bensley in the South Deering neighborhood when the group of kids started chasing after the mother and her children, calling them names and taunting them. Both the mother and son were taken to a hospital. Word of the attack spread quickly on social media, causing outrage among many parents. Shanice Davis lives in the neighborhood and says she recognizes the attackers.
This is not the first time the kids have done this. Just talk around the streets that these kids have pretty much been raising themselves and they have not been held accountable.
If this has been an ongoing problem with the family, I need to figure out why the school hasn't addressed it and reprimanded these students, because I shouldn't be getting attacked, nor should my child, as we're trying to go to and from school. I shouldn't have to deal with no fists flying at me. It shouldn't be any incidents between me and these other children. And if there is, the school needs to start correcting it. Because as a grown adult, I'm not going to be picking on kids. Now, if the mother is egging it on in any capacity, I guess I could see how she's in the wrong and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm not hearing that. It seems like these kids is bullying these students and their parents. And if that's the case, these schools got to do something about it for the kids and the kids' parent. Yeah, the school needs to do something about this. I feel like for it to get to this level, there has to have been prior incidences. We don't just middle of November one day decide to start throwing punches at a mom and her kid. Somebody has to be getting picked on, and the kid doesn't look like he's fighting any of the kids back. I don't really understand what the dynamic is here still, but kid, why are you holding your mom back, letting her get punched in the face and not fighting? School had to know about this. There's got to be more of a story about this. The school got to do something, because this shouldn't be happening. And honestly, if this was the type of thing that was happening worldwide, I feel like we would know about it. This got to be some new 2025 shit. The mom has sickle cell and the kids was trying to protect her. Young boy ain't watched Friday. I'd have picked up a brick.
One day after the attack, demonstrators showed up at Orville Bright Elementary School after some posted on social media threatening to harm the children behind the attack. Several police officers showed up blocking the entrance of the school to protect kids inside. Chicago Police District Council member Joseph Williams was also talking with them.
We're going to make sure that this school leadership steps up and that they put a safety plan in place, that they put any plan they need to put in place to make sure that these babies feel secure. Bullying should have a zero tolerance behind it.
We reached out to Chicago Public Schools about this incident and allegations from parents that their children were bullied by the same group of kids. CPS says they're horrified by the attack and they're working closely with the mayor's office, CPD, CHA, and other city departments to provide additional support for the family. Reporting live in South Deering, Sade Gray, CBS News, Chicago. Marie.
Thank you, Sade.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, because it's gotten to be such a big thing, I think that all of the children involved gotta be loudly reprimanded. And the reason I say that is because you gotta let these kids know that this is not a new thing that we about to start doing.
Now to a CBS exclusive. The mother in this video, who was attacked while protecting her children, is speaking publicly.
Her legs are bruised and it's hard for her to walk. But what hurts her the most is her children are still suffering.
My son is, he's very devastated. He'll wake up out of the middle of his sleep, screaming. He'll scream, "Mommy, are you there?"
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Hatter says her
This would have been, this would have been a whole different story. I would have been him, and I wouldn't have been sitting there. I'd have been in one of these videos. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nah, gang, you're not gonna be beating on my family like nothing. Rip the daughter's hair out? Oh, nah, what? They did what? I'm at these families' doors. The police gonna have to stop me. What? Y'all did what? To who?
9-year-old son and
oh, they gonna learn today.
Oh my God. I felt helpless because I was down on the ground. And he was down on the ground. And he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's sick. She has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's, kind of walking a little slow.
And decided to beat her up? That's crazy, yo. What's going on? What are they teaching these kids? These kids gotta have like broken homes and stuff, because this not normal behavior. I'm gonna be honest. This is crazy. And what brought them to the conclusion to beat up the child and his mother? That's crazy. I'd be shocked if the children weren't expelled yet, because in my high school, that would have been immediate expulsion. Or my elementary school, that would have for sure been immediate expulsion. Hitting teachers, parents, not necessarily other kids, because kids get into fights, but it would have been a more of a 3 strikes you're out of you just getting into fights. But like, I went to one of them schools where they wasn't playing all this. They just, you getting kicked out, or at least suspended like 2-3 times before we kick you out. I don't know.
They have no right to put their hands on an adult.
Right. They have no right to really be putting
That's
their
her
hands
partner,
on
Divinely,
children.
who was at work when
I'll be honest, I'd have been going wild. This would have been a way crazier story. I'm going to keep it a bean. If you putting your hands on my family, this would have been a way crazier story. It wouldn't have went down like this.
Hatter went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary School because of the way she walks and talks. All of the results of her sickle cell disease. Hatter tried to talk to the school about the bullying, but she says they didn't do anything about it. Yesterday, a large...
Nah. Yeah, I'm going to keep it a bean. I'm at Cribs. Y'all going to have to call the police. I'm going to keep it a bean. At this point, because my wife is getting beat up, I feel like somebody has to call the police. I don't want the kids to necessarily get arrested, but where are their parents? And why are their parents not teaching them to not do this? If they're not going to start teaching them to not do this, I'll take it upon myself to start teaching them to not do this. But y'all might not like my instructions.
Large group of parents came to the school to show their support for the mother.
It was calling her what?
Put an end to bullying. The community immediately stepped in and moved her out of South Deering and into an undisclosed location. Hatter says she's pressing charges against the parents of the kids who attacked her. As for her children, they'll be transferred to a different school, and she's looking to get therapy for them. Reporting in the newsroom, Sade Gray, CBS News, Chicago.
Yeah, definitely gotta change schools.
Sade, thank you for
and
that
all
exclusive story.
This couldn't be me. This couldn't be me. I'd be behind bars. We not on that. What? Everyone's getting in trouble. What? I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, if nobody is going to do anything at all, I'm not going for that. Like, that's insane. You're not just beating up my kid and my wife. Damn, that's crazy, bro. I didn't even know anything about this. This is insane. I guess the question is, what would you do if you found out that your child and your wife were getting beat up leaving school? I don't know the charges they would have gave me. Terroristic, arson, homicide. I'm going down. I'm here to being. This is not happening. I'm going down. The kids is going to have to tell their friends, like, my father's crazy. Like, please don't do this. Or whoever's trying to beat them up. They going to book me. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm going to tell the officers, if y'all don't do something, I will. And we're going to have a completely different conversation afterwards. Like, this is crazy, bro. This just happened yesterday? 2 days ago? She's pregnant too? Oh, no.
Dozens of people came out to support a Southside mom and her son after a video of them being attacked went viral.
Oh my gosh, they was really going.
Kids is fighting adults. Where's the parents at? Why are they being accountable for it?
Video shared tens of thousands of times on Facebook shows the attack. You can see the woman being punched and eventually falling to the ground, where the assault turns even more violent. We've frozen the video here because it's too graphic after this point. We also blurred the faces of the people involved because they're minors and no charges have been filed. The woman's family was among those at Bright Elementary School. They allege the woman's son has been bullied for 2 years. And yesterday, as the woman walked her kids home from school, the teens turned on the mom.
It's an outrage. I just feel like we got to do better as parents, maybe a community, maybe as a school, and this could have.
I knew it had to be more than that. 2 years of bullying? Nah, yo. Yeah, I guess I've been bullied before, but 2 years of straight bullying? And now y'all trying to beat up my mom? I took a brick out. I done took one of my textbooks out. I was one of them. Like, what? This not going down like that. We getting the upper hand in something. I don't care. Wood chips hurt in the eyes. Like, what?
Have been prevented if the school would have helped out more, the principal would have stepped up.
Justice still need to be done. Something need to be done to the kids that jumped on them. Some type of justice.
Chicago police confirm a woman and boy were seriously injured by a group of offenders yesterday afternoon and taken to Trinity Hospital for treatment. Some parents at the school didn't want to be on camera, but affirm a group of young people have been bullying the boy and others.
That's disgusting. I don't got no words for it. My heart was hurting for her.
In a statement, a CPS spokesperson says, in part, we are horrified by the attack on this family, and we are working collaboratively with city departments and agencies to provide support to the victims of this attack. That is the latest from the South Side.
Crazy.
Leah Hope, ABC.
That's crazy. That I don't see how you could just be 2 years and now they hitting my mom. I'd have got kicked out. Well, I pray for the mother and I pray for the kids that was doing the bullying and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, bullying comes from something else. Something's going on.
Outrage in South Deering after a mother and child attacked on their way home from school.
33-year-old says she was walking her 9-year-old son home from school when they were jumped by a group of kids. And we need to warn you, the video is difficult to watch. We have frozen it before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after the woman named Korshonda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. That's just a couple blocks away from the elementary school. It happened yesterday shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached them and started punching and kicking them. Korshonda says her son has been bullied at Wright and claims the administration has not done enough to protect him. Here's what happened yesterday in her own words.
They started kicking him in
I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there. And then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Yeah, y'all. It would have been another Midwest Tony. There's got to be more being done. This is the school's fault. 100% the school's fault. They smashed the son's head on the concrete. Oh, no. This is 100% the school's fault. The school, honestly, she needs to sue the school. They didn't even make it off the school grounds for this to happen. Y'all don't have no staff doing nothing. You know, schools get a lot of public money. It's actually public record how much money these schools get. Bright Elementary, school finances, Illinois report card. Why is this truncated like this? See, they don't want you to look at this stuff. So they got it in the hardest way you could ever possibly read it. Year spendings per student. Bright Elementary spends $30,000 a year per student, and then it disappears. They don't want you to read this information. Definitely a major lawsuit. CPS budget of the Chicago Public Schools is $9.4 billion. And how many public schools are in the Chicago Public School? 650. 9.4 billion. 650. That's roughly 14 million per school on average. You would think you would be able to run a school district on 14 million, right? In theory, right? How much money does it take to run a suburban? 18,000. Huh. I know I just went on a super tangent, but just in my mind, I'm curious of what an elementary school would get allotted by the government every year to run. And you would think they would be able to get extra guards and security. I mean, they don't cost that much. It's $20 an hour for a full year salary. We talking like 30 grand, 40 grand. How much would it be to do a bunch of salaries at, we talking maybe 2 million a year, 3 million a year to get like 30 teachers, 40 teachers? I be thinking somebody's stealing money in these schools, because it doesn't make sense that y'all getting 14, 18. Okay, so a portion of the total budget is distributed to the individual schools. Okay, so the way the schools do it is they know a number of how much they spend on a student each year. Time out. Rewind. They just blew my brain right there. So you're telling me that Bright Elementary, their budget is based off of them spending $27,000 per student a year, and the average is 18,000? There's got to be some type of corruption inside. Either somebody is stealing money, getting too high of a salary, or something's off, because that doesn't make any sense. And you're telling me that parents are getting beat up by the students and the school's not doing anything about it? Public service announcement. Somebody at Bright Elementary is stealing money, because this don't make sense. Math is not mathing at all. None of your business. How are y'all getting 27,000 a year? What? And then why is their site messed up? Why are they getting so much money? 2024 was 30 bands per student. 2025, 28 really bands per student. How many students do they have? 78% of the students are low income. They have 237 students in the school. They said 980 times 6 million. 6.5 million. 237 students? Okay, these are probably down years because of COVID. And then these years they got an extra bump, and they got 10 grand extra the past 2 years. 90% of the school district was low income students. It's got to be something going on. Best public elementary in America. Let's just pick a couple. Pineview School. This is Florida. I mean, stuff is going to be different. It's crazy that we could just easily find all of this public expenditures, and it's not like a hidden details for us to look at how much this great school is spending. Yearly budget, 57 million. So this elementary school spends on average 17,000 per year. 450 to 480 students, so double the amount of students, and they're spending less money. So they probably actually got the same budget. Is the Bright Elementary School stealing money? So you're telling me that this school letting parents get beat up outside and they getting paid $30,000 per student, which is almost double what it looks like? What's the national average for an elementary in the US? 16,000 per student. And they're getting double that? It's definitely given somebody's doing something wrong at this school. Cause I just don't understand how the parents is getting beat up if when y'all getting this type of money, y'all getting enough to be able to get an extra security guard. Y'all getting 30 bands per student. And y'all got 230 essentially, or 212 right now is what it said. So 212 times, we're doing the math again. 27,980. Y'all getting $5 mil a year. How many teachers would you need? How much staff would you have to pay to run a school of, kind of just want ChatGPT to tell me. Nah, it's 200 teachers. Elementary school, 20 to 24 students per teacher. So you're talking about 15 teachers max, 10 teachers. Total salaries would be $750. All right, so special teachers as well will be another $260 max. We got $750, $260. We had $1 mil max. $1 mil, $2,500 plus the staff with AP will be another 24. So we're already at $1.5 million. Support staff, we creeping up on 2 mil, but we ain't get there. High estimate, fully staffed on average, 2.2 million. And you're telling me that this school has been getting 5.9 million a year? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It's time for this school, Bright Elementary, to be audited. And this mother, it's time for you to sue, baby. The school did something negligent. Something's going wrong. They paying $1 million in rent for the school? That's $3 million. We're missing 3. What's going on? Maybe I'm lost. Maybe my math ain't mathing right. Maybe I'm doing some numbers wrong. But I feel like something's off. I'm glad you sent me that video though. That's crazy. No, we for sure did the math just now. Something's off. Dear Chicago mother, if you ever see this, talk to a lawyer. I feel like they gonna fix your sickle cell. You got a case. What's going on at the school that you getting beat up picking up your kids? This whole situation is sad, man. Kids shouldn't be out here jumping adults. Schools gotta step up. And parents gotta parent. Let me know in the comments what you would have done if this was your family. Because honestly, this could have gone way worse. Appreciate y'all for watching. Stay safe, stay smart, and I'll catch you in the next one.